Some materials are not famous because they are common. They are famous because they break one rule extremely well. Some are lighter than they should be. Some are stronger than they look. Some survive heat that destroys ordinary metals. Some remember their shape. Some can heal damage. Some can carry electricity with no resistance. Kevlar, carbon fiber, graphene, aerogel, tungsten, boron nitride, metamaterial, shape memory alloy, self-healing material, superconductor. They are called supermaterials because each one has a strange advantage. Let's break them down. Kevlar. Kevlar is famous for toughness. It is an aramid fiber, which means its long molecular chains are strongly bonded and highly aligned. That structure makes Kevlar very strong in tension. It can absorb a lot of energy before failing. That is why Kevlar is used in body armor, helmets, cut-resistant gloves, cables, tires, and aerospace composites. But Kevlar is not magic. It is strong when pulled, but it can be weaker in compression. It can also absorb moisture and degrade under ultraviolet light if not protected. The simple version is this. Kevlar is the energy-absorbing fiber. It is used when a material needs to be light, tough, and resistant to impact. Carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is famous for being strong and light. It is made from extremely thin strands of carbon, usually embedded in a resin to form a composite. The fibers carry most of the load. The resin holds them in place. This gives carbon fiber composites a very high strength-to-weight ratio. That is why they are used in aircraft, race cars, bicycles, drones, sports equipment, and high-end structures. But carbon fiber has trade-offs. It is expensive. It can be damaged by impact. And its strength depends heavily on the direction of the fibers. The simple version is this. Carbon fiber is not just strong. It is strong in the direction engineers design it to be strong. Graphene. Graphene is a single layer of carbon atoms arranged in a hexagonal pattern. It is only one atom thick. But it can be extremely strong, electrically conductive, thermally conductive, and flexible. That combination makes graphene one of the most famous materials in science. It has potential in electronics, sensors, batteries, composites, membranes, and thermal materials. But graphene is also a good example of the gap between laboratory potential and mass production. Making high-quality graphene cheaply, consistently, and at large scale is difficult. The simple version is this. Graphene is a one-atom thick carbon sheet with extraordinary properties. Its challenge is turning extraordinary science into ordinary manufacturing. Aerogel. Aerogel looks almost unreal. It is one of the lightest solid materials ever made. Most of its volume is empty space. That makes it extremely good at slowing heat transfer. Aerogels are used in insulation, aerospace, scientific instruments, protective clothing, and energy systems. They can protect against heat while adding very little weight. But aerogel is often fragile. It can be brittle, dusty, and difficult to handle unless reinforced or combined with other materials. The simple version is this. Aerogel is mostly empty space. And that emptiness makes it an incredible insulator. Tungsten. Tungsten is the heat survivor. It has the highest melting point of any pure metal. That makes it useful in extreme temperature environments. Tungsten is used in electrical contacts, electrodes, rocket and furnace components, radiation shielding, cutting tools, and high-temperature applications. It is also very dense, which makes it useful when a lot of mass is needed in a small volume. But tungsten is heavy and difficult to machine. It is not the material you use when lightweight matters most. The simple version is this. Tungsten is not the lightest or easiest metal. It is the metal you use when heat would destroy almost everything else. Boron Nitride. Boron nitride is sometimes compared to carbon materials because it can form similar structures. Hexagonal boron nitride is often called white graphite. It can be slippery, thermally stable, and electrically insulating. That combination is unusual. Many materials that conduct heat also conduct electricity. Boron nitride can move heat while resisting electrical current. That makes it useful in electronics, thermal management, lubricants, ceramics, coatings, and high-temperature systems. Some forms, like cubic boron nitride, are extremely hard and useful for cutting tools. The simple version is this. Boron nitride is the heat-moving insulator. It can help manage heat without shorting electronics. Metamaterial. A metamaterial is special because of structure, not just chemistry. Its unusual properties come from engineered patterns that are often smaller than the wavelength they interact with. That means a metamaterial can control waves in unusual ways. Those waves might be light, sound, radio waves, or mechanical vibrations. Metamaterials are explored for antennas, lenses, cloaking concepts, vibration control, acoustic devices, and advanced optics. The material itself may not be exotic. The geometry is the trick. The simple version is this. A metamaterial is a material where structure becomes the superpower. It is engineered to manipulate waves in ways normal materials cannot. Shape memory alloy. A shape memory alloy can return to a programmed shape. The most famous example is nitinol, an alloy of nickel and titanium. When it is bent or deformed, heat can trigger it to return to its original form. This happens because the crystal structure changes between phases. Shape memory alloys are used in medical stents, eyeglass frames, actuators, robotics, aerospace devices, and temperature-controlled mechanisms. They can act like metal muscles, but they are not always fast, cheap, or easy to control. The simple version is this. A shape memory alloy is metal that remembers. Bend it, heat it, and it can return. Self-healing material. Self-healing materials are designed to repair damage automatically. Some use tiny capsules filled with healing chemicals. When a crack forms, the capsules break and release material that seals the crack. Others use reversible chemical bonds that can reconnect after damage. Self-healing materials are being explored for coatings, polymers, concrete, electronics, batteries, and aerospace structures. The goal is not to make materials indestructible. The goal is to slow damage before it becomes failure. But self-healing is usually limited. The repair may only work for small cracks, certain conditions, or a limited number of cycles. The simple version is this. Self-healing materials do not make damage impossible. They make small damage less permanent. Superconductor. A superconductor is one of the strangest materials in physics. Under the right conditions, it can carry electric current with zero electrical resistance. That means current can flow without losing energy as heat. Superconductors can also expel magnetic fields, which leads to magnetic levitation effects. They are used in MRI machines, particle accelerators, scientific instruments, quantum computers, and experimental power systems. But there is a huge catch. Most superconductors need extremely low temperatures or special conditions to work. That makes them expensive and difficult to use in everyday technology. The simple version is this. A superconductor can carry electricity without resistance, but only when the material is pushed into the right physical state. Final takeaway. Supermaterials are not perfect materials. They are extreme specialists. Kevlar absorbs energy. Carbon fiber gives strength without much weight. Graphene is a one-atom thick conductor. Aerogel insulates by being mostly empty space. Tungsten survives extreme heat. Boron nitride moves heat while resisting electricity. Metamaterials control waves with structure. Shape memory alloys remember their form. Self-healing materials repair small damage. Superconductors carry electricity without resistance. Each one breaks a different rule, but each one also has limits. Cost, brittleness, manufacturing, temperature, durability, scalability. That is what makes materials science so powerful. It is not about finding one perfect material. It is about finding the material with the right superpower for the right problem.